21.
Hello and welcome to the 9 plus 10 podcast. I'm here joined by my co-hosts, Swedish Pants, Jade,
Hi.
Wildcat,
Hello. Hello.
and it's me, your boy, Skinny Penis. That's going in the audio. I don't care. We're letting that slide. We're keeping that.
Understandable.
Today, this is technically the second time we've done a recording, but we've already done a recording already. So we're just gonna fly right through and go straight to topics because we don't care.
Anybody got any funny stories?
I do. Have you ever heard about?
What about your story, Pants? Weren't you telling one before?
I was
Well, that
telling
was
you-
an annoying school story.
But still, that's still okay.
I mean,
Go
yeah,
off with that. Just go do
but
that.
We all
yeah,
live in a crack shack submarine.
it's not too big of a story. But I was in private school, and you know how that is.
No,
The
I
teachers,
actually
the
don't.
teachers watch you like a fucking hawk.
They do, yeah.
They're assholes, all of them. Doesn't matter.
They're
They're
like
always
babies.
assholes. So, I'm not a very well. I like music, but I don't sing. I don't like to sing. I don't like it. I just don't do it. So, in mandatory music class, I don't sing. I'm not religious either, not anymore. So, I sure as fuck wouldn't be singing about God. So I'm in third grade, or no, fourth. My music teacher decides, you know what? He's not sung on my class for the last fucking time. So she decides to pull me out of lunch before I've even eaten, and forces me to sing for some reason for a quote unquote grade, which I don't even get graded for music back then. And that was basically the last straw for my mother. And she decided to pull me out of private school. And honestly, I don't know if that teacher got fired, but I hope she did. Because
Ooh.
she was kind of a dick. I'm not going to drop names, but
I was gonna say, I
Fuck.
feel like we're gonna get canceled first episode if we drop a name of a school teacher.
yeah, no, I'm not gonna drop a school name. I'm not gonna drop.
Rumpel's just gonna be like,
teacher
anyways, this
name.
guy.
Yeah, I will. I won't lie.
Rumpel will expose someone. Who does
My
not care.
my middle school. Well, it wasn't really my middle school. It was my school from kindergarten to middle school. I stayed there like the whole year and shit. Imagine like the most rundown, ratchet school you can think of.
Jade, I didn't know you live in Detroit.
No, that's the
Oh my
thing.
God.
It's like you'd think it. It's just full of white people though.
Well, yeah, we called them white ghettos.
It's like it was the most upsetting place ever. Like,
Yeah.
if you went into the girls' bathroom, there was just one stall that just had 2 toilets.
I want to go
Wait,
that one.
what? Wait,
I'm dead serious. And there's like a bunch of other fucked up shit that happened at the school. After I left, apparently 2 kids threatened to pew pew.
I'll have me some pew pew on a Friday night.
Oh.
Pew
But
pewing on a Friday night.
apparently, like, also, I don't fully remember this, but like, apparently, one time in front of the cafeteria, like, they had special. I don't really know how to say it because it's not like special ed students. It's like
It's for the
what we called
people,
it was High Point.
we call them the slower people.
What we called it was
Slower.
High Point,
Oh
but
my
one of
God.
the High Point students fell
Oh, that's unfortunate.
and they cracked their skull open.
Okay, I
Wow.
thought you meant like they tripped.
my
They did a little.
God.
They did a little.
sounds
We've fallen and we
terrible.
can't get up kind of deal.
And like the thing was, it was like right in front of the cafeteria.
Oh shit. Okay.
So like
Yeah.
everyone like a bunch of people saw it probably. I don't
They put on Vine.
remember seeing it, but I was definitely there when it happened. Cause like a bunch of other fucked up shit happened at that school too. Let me think of something else. This isn't really like I don't know if I would really consider this fucked up, but like when I remember when I was in fourth or fifth grade, I was hanging out with one of my friends in class, and we were talking, trying to do the work, and one of the girls, she's that one girl who's like always on top of everything, and you like genuinely look up to her, but she's like not a bitch about it. And so what happened is she came back into the room like with a very concerned look on her face with one of her other friends, which was also one of the high press, like, I'm not a bitch, but I'm really good students.
Right.
And she was waiting for like the teacher to talk, and after a while, I'm sorry, I jumped out for a second.
Okay.
You good? You need a break?
After a while, she started talking, and apparently the bathroom was on fire.
Wait, what?
Nice.
The girl's
That went
bathroom.
from 0 to 100 really fast.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
the
you see,
bathroom's
that's
on
kind of the
fire.
thing, cause like it wasn't really on fire. There was just smoke coming out of it.
We've all set our bathrooms on fire every now and then,
Yes, I've set my
Yeah,
fire on
but
fire.
long story short, apparently there was like some like kind of like weird piping or some shit issue, but it led to the entire girl's bathroom being destroyed. I don't know if they did something to the boys' bathroom. I don't know if there was some people said there was smoke also in the boys' bathroom. I don't really remember, but either way, because of that, well, the part of the building I was in, it was its own separate like kind of building. We called it the module. So basically, that entire building section, it only had 4 classrooms, and my base class was one of said 4 classrooms. So we had to stay in this really cold, like office business place across from the school. Not like across from the school, but like on the other side of the road. I don't really know. It's like in the same area, but it's like not in the same area. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but
It was so
okay.
it was so awkward and so cold. Like it was like there was like genuine office women, you know, like the stereotypical office women.
Yeah.
That's like
yeah.
exactly what you imagined.
Hmm.
And it stayed like that for like I don't know, like a month or 2. And
Fantastic.
if you didn't have your backpack in your locker when the fire started, you didn't get it back. And our lockers were so fucking small. So
Yeah.
I didn't have my backpack in my locker. I had it next to the locker. So I didn't get my backpack back for like 3 days. So the teacher kept looking at me like, "Why don't you have your work?"
Goddamn.
I was like, "I'm sorry. Our school was on fire." But that lasted for a while. And then I remember like the news also got up in touch because I remember we were in the cafeteria while everything was figuring out what was going on, and one of the people working there had to cover the window because you could see the news people outside of the cafeteria window. And so that was interesting. And then another thing I just remembered happened. So I don't really know how to explain this one. It's kind of like a. Actually, there's. Wait. Okay, no, I know what I'm doing. So you know how there's the whole like unknown intruder alert thing in school. How there's like
Mhm.
kind of like a lockdown drill thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
You put the-
our school had one of those once, and everyone was like all concerned like what the fuck was going on because we had no information or anything. And at the time, I was in the classroom that was like you could like take a 2-minute, like less than a 2-minute walk to my classroom from the front door. So I was without doubt in a quote unquote vulnerable situation, you could say. So what happened was one of the lockdown things happened, and the classroom I was in, it had no windows. Yes, no windows. The only windows was the little window on the door. And so everyone in my class was like hiding behind shit. I looked over to my friends and I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they just kind of looked at me and shrugged. And so it turned out that, well, long story short, the true alert, basically, what it was is they meant to say the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh my god. How do you get that wrong? How do you get from
I don't
"This
know.
is a lockdown"? Never mind, the Wi-Fi's out, guys.
Exactly.
They both have
It's
down,
like-
and I'd imagine just someone heard something along the lines of down, and it just went on like wildfire. To be honest.
Yeah, and then so I talked to, and then I remember talking to my friend a long time ago about this, and he said he was in a different grade, so in a different entire like, he was in the module part, and the module is like close to like the forest and shit. And so what happened was the teacher there, they kind of just told the kids to run, cause like as far as they knew, like the rest of us, all they thought was there was an armed intruder. So
Oh,
I don't know. It's a very
Funny.
interesting school.
that's what I'd like to hear.
I don't know. That's all I can think of right now.
Honestly, if
Give it up for Jade.
I'm probably gonna fucking regret this, but I'm gonna tell an embarrassing story from when I was in junior high. And why I don't go to fucking school dances because they're, well, first of all, they're
Uh-oh,
kind
you
of
said school dances. Nothing
Yeah.
good happens there.
no,
Yeah.
nothing good, nothing good. Well, first of all, it's dumb, and they're kind of like this isn't the only reason I don't go to them. Of course, it's just one of the reasons because it brings up bad shit, like from when I was a stupid fucking pea-brained idiot. I didn't know how to convey my feelings correctly, so and I completely don't remember how I asked this person out to it because I just fucking like my mind blanked because there was so much fucking adrenaline rushing through my. Oh, I'm talking to someone. So it happened. We left. I left school that day with a positive mind. I'm like, yeah, I did something good. I done good for myself. Then I'm just like up until the dance day. I'm just like, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. You know.
Of course,
The
yeah.
girl
No, yeah.
like
Hell yeah.
was like the person a popular, or was there just like someone you like?
Was she an
Band.
AirPod shoddy, or was she not? You know what I mean?
I was in band with her. That was
Oh,
back
she's a
then.
band kid. Okay.
Band kid
Okay,
alert.
band girl. Okay.
Yeah, but she was redheads. Fucking, of course.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I'm one too, and you try to hound after me every now and then.
So lo and behold, the day comes, and I'm with my friends, quote unquote, because that's
Uh-oh.
I can't remember if it was it was when I was transitioning out of being the quote unquote cool kids who just fucked everyone else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I still had a few friends in that friend group. But like the entire time was just like I just fucking took a giant L and I felt horrible the whole time because she was like hiding behind her friends the whole time.
Oh damn.
And I was like, oh fuck, did I do something wrong? And ooh, just it was a fucking moment. Yeah, all right, it was a moment.
I'm sure.
That's
Yeah.
and like that's the yeah no, fuck off. That was well, it was of course it was crucial in learning some valuable lessons, but still, it was a low point.
Yeah.
I
No.
learned
That's the type of shit you like bury and then like shit on and then bury again.
that's when I learned like you have to communicate with people, but don't overwhelm them with
Yeah.
said communication because then that happens. I mean, of course, we ended it out being friends and all, but I could still feel like the awkward bullshit
Yeah.
between
Absolutely.
us.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, if you don't mind, I'm gonna add on to that because I have a story very similar. Although very much shorter, I will admit, because it's not as intricate. But when I first entered my high school, I was very much like loud and just kind of like boisterous and just, for lack of a better word, annoying. But there was this girl who was a bit younger than us, and I'm not gonna give her a name for obvious reasons, but she was very much one of the people that were, I guess, is like a what you would call him, a crowd pleaser. And so if someone was like, "Do this, do this, do this," she's gonna do it. She's gonna cave, peer pressure or otherwise. But that's not what I'm trying to say. Is I did that. What did happen, however, was I was very much in terms of like involving other people in my jokes and involving my other people in my shenanigans, for lack of a better word. Um, so when she was in like I guess what you could call a homeroom, even though that's not what we called it, I involved her immediately because I wanted to be very inclusive. And it didn't take it took until the end of the year when I somehow ended up getting her phone number, and we ended up texting at one point. I don't remember why, just in general. But I mentioned to her, like, that it was so cool having, her be a part of that. And then she was like, well, actually, I want to tell you something. I'm like, oh, yes, what's going on? And she's like, do you mind if you don't do that anymore? Because I just don't like doing it. And it quickly made me realize that, oh, shit, I was being inclusive, but I was being too inclusive to the point I was involving people who wanted nothing to do with what we were doing. Like, she had fun at first, but the more crap we put her through, and, like, it was nothing bad. It was just, hey, pee pee poo poo, and then the choir of pee pee poo poo, and she had to recite it too, like that kind of stuff. Where she didn't really want to do it after a while because she got tired of it, and yet she always felt obligated, like she had to. And so I told her completely straight out at that point, like, no, you don't, and I'll keep you out of it next time. I'm sorry that happened. And I just felt, not terrible, but I felt it was like, wow, I'm glad we got that communication through, because I would have never known prior to that.
I'm sorry, what?
You good?
Oh.
No, sorry, something unright.
Wow, I'm telling this really
Really
sad,
hard,
kind of
yeah.
like what emotional story, and then it's just poggers.
Bad time, Jaed, bad time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so my grandmother died. Poggers.
Oh, that's not Pog. That's not Pog.
Okay.
That's not Pog.
Yeah, my wife, she's going to stage 3 of cancer. Let's go!
I'm sorry.
Got a victory
Not
royale in
Pog.
Fortnite,
Not
dude.
Pog.
Let's go. Okay.
That's Pogint. That's Pogint.
That's yeah.
We're gonna have to cut out this part.
Probably. This is okay. Okay, resuming normal topic. What's next?
All right. I'm gonna
Do I
take a
tell a
look.
story or no?
No, you don't. You're not allowed.
Okay.
Honestly, anyone. How long do you microwave an ice cream for? Until it's burnt.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I
I put mine for about,
I
maybe
like
20,
feeling the
25
milky
seconds.
slush drizzle up my nose.
Yeah.
That's
Ooh.
that's when I think it's good enough. It's when it's the milky slop.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
What did you do? We're gonna have
I'm
to
sorry.
link this audio too, but good lord, what the?
I'm playing Pokemon and I didn't catch a shiny.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Okay,
Dude has,
let's
like,
talk
a
about some
meltdown.
recent drama bullshit in the world that I know about, because I actually do know about a few of them. What do you
Alright.
guys feel about the new, and this isn't really pertaining to us, but just in general, how do you guys feel about the new Patrick TV show gonna be coming out? It's
I honestly didn't know about it until you mentioned it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
me
I
either.
didn't
I
know
was just
about
like,
that.
wait.
yeah, they
wait,
just
what?
released the promotional pictures of it today. It looks like just members of Patrick's family and him.
Honestly, I'm just gonna say why, because honestly, if you do want to make episodes about a single character, then you can make episodes about a single character. In SpongeBob,
Right.
they've done it before. It's go ahead.
I
I
was
don't know
just
where
gonna
I'm going
say,
with
I feel like this is just completely against Steven's whole thing, right? He said
Yeah.
that he wanted no spin-offs, and what happens 3 months after he died? They announced
Mhm.
spin-offs.
Yeah.
It just seems pretty fucked. Like, regardless, the show could be fine. I don't, my whole thing is just, well, Steven really said, don't do this, and then you wait until he immediately hits the slab. He's not even cold yet, and you go, okay,
Let's
spin-off
do
time.
this.
Yeah, spin-off time. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he probably still got skin on his bones. Like
Oh
goddamn.
my god, this is terrible.
No kidding.
It's just the I don't like it. I don't like it, especially with a show that's been running for that long. Imagine a Simpsons spin-off that's just about Bart.
I feel like people would
It's
get more angry
pointless.
about The
It's
Simpsons. 'cause-
pointless.
Yeah.
Because you can make episodes solely about Bart, and they have done that.
No.
It's kind of like the same situation for the Cleveland show.
Yeah, but except it's the whole thing about Family Guy is that nearly everyone is there, and the Cleveland show is. I'll be honest, I kind of like the differences between it.
Yeah, it
Because-
was okay.
There's characters you don't really see in Family Guy,
Yeah.
but with the Patrick spinoff, I mean, sure, they did an episode about his quote unquote parents that didn't end up to be his parents in said episode, but it just feels like they're taking a small little gag from one.
They're just trying to make more
episode.
money, without doubt.
and making money off it. Yeah, cash grab, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
It's like remaking another game as a full price game since nobody liked it the first time you released it. Nintendo.
Yeah.
Skyward Sword.
Okay. I was gonna say,
Anyways,
generally though, I mean, I just don't understand why they would do any of it. Like, I get it, but I don't. You know what I mean? I
Mhm.
just don't understand why it's even being a thing. Now, next on the topic of cartoons, but also not. You guys see on Twitter earlier today, people were freaking out because they nerfed Lola Bunny's titties.
I don't look at Twitter for anything other than porn.
I figured.
Honestly,
oh my god.
I mean, it
Um,
technically is, but still, whatever.
They
Not talking about that.
they nerfed them apparently. In the new Space Jam, she's like,
Wait, they're making a new Space Jam?
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
they're making a new Space Jam.
they just
Like
released an.
Space Jam 2, or is it gonna be like a remake?
No, it is Space Jam 2 essentially. It's got a title though. It's not called Space Jam 2, but regardless, the whole controversy isn't even about the show or anything, or about the promotional shit. It's about the fact that if you look at the 96 movie, like, she's actually thick, and that's what a lot of people blame furries being so prominent on, is that movie. But anyway, yeah, they're like, she went from being thick in the 90s to now looking like some sort of straw noodle. What the hell going on with Lola Bunny, man?
Excuse me for interrupting, but like, the art, it just looks more detailed than the '96 movie.
Well, because it's CG now. I should have mentioned that. They're making it CGI now. They're not 2D animated anymore.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like the uncanny valley of movies like that, like Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I think if it's done well, I
Yeah, if it's
absolutely
done
agree.
well.
But if it's just clunky, then it's like,
It's like with what they did with the Sonic movie. When well, one of the main characters is interacting with the CG Sonic, it actually looks kind of good.
Mm.
Like that, sure they can do that, but like again, it just looks so. It looks like an alpha version of the 1996 movie.
I'm just glad you mentioned Roger Rabbit, because I was gonna say the only rabbit I care about is Jessica Rabbit, to be honest. That's the one.
what?
Yeah. Other than that, I just figured I'd bring it up because, yeah, I I found it hilarious. The entirety of Twitter would just go an ape over it. It's like,
Can't my man Jordan just be left alone about Space Jam?
Michael, man, come on, what you doing, boy?
COVID is a topic. All that really needs to be said is just, why don't you have your mask on? Fuck you.
Yeah, let's just keep that long and short of it. Yeah, COVID-19. It's been happening now for over 11 months, at least where I am located.
We can't really talk about it without saying things that are been said before.
I know. I'm just saying it's happened where I'm located. I've been out of like my school, my normal life for an entire year. It's been 11 months. Well, I should say I haven't been able to leave my house in 11 months proper. There's a correction. So I've just been sitting. So yes, like, long and short of it is, for the love of God, just shut up and do your dumb, normal, wear your mask. Like, it's not hard, people.
Yeah.
Don't be pee-pee poo-poo. Like, good lord, mate.
They're not hiding a tracker in it.
Yeah,
They're
what was
not
it? It's a pandemic. Everybody knows that it's not real, boys. It's fake.
I feel like
I
our
think the
ancestors
Clintons
would
I
be
think the
really
Clintons
fucking
failed it.
disappointed in us.
No, I mean, I
I'm
just
sure even fucking yeah.
I wish World War I soldiers were still alive, because those motherfuckers had to wear a mask in trenches in terrible conditions to stay alive, and we can't even do it to go and pick up fucking tater tots from the goddamn supermarket. Like,
If I
you
got
kidding me?
yeah, if I've got asthma, lung problems, and I can still wear a mask just fine.
Yeah, I have
I'm sure
asthma
you'll
also. I
fucking
can
know
wear
that.
masks just fine. Pussy up.
I was gonna say I
Oh my god.
I can't too. I haven't done my inhaler in probably 3 years because I'm just fucking stupid,
Yeah, about saying I have no even clue where my inhaler is.
and I'm supposed to be like being smart about this shit and like actually going and wearing my what do you call it, my like mask all day when I'm eventually going to have to go back into what do you call it, hybrid. learning. So like that shit, it's gonna be like, yeah, if I can do it, then what's stopping you from just going up to the gas station, get cigarettes, and wearing it? Like I don't. Well, actually, there's your problem because you got cancer.
Um,
It's
What do you
probably
mean,
please.
cat?
Yeah, what do you mean, Cat? Want to share something? Huh? You want to share?
I
Cat,
got
you an
an
anti-masker?
honest mask because my mom made it.
Cat's
It's
an
really cool.
anti-masker confirmed.
No, here I can I can take a picture.
She doesn't wear masks. She hates them.
No, hold on, I'm fixing it.
Guys, she's
Kinda-
not showing us.
It
That means
needs to
she
be
doesn't
like
wear 'em.
ironed, I think, because it's kind of wrinkly. How do I take a picture of a mask? I'm just gonna.
Oh
do
my
this.
god, you're
I'm
such
just
a
gonna
fucking
lay it down
boomer.
like this.
Zoomer.
I just want to take it. Okay. Anyways,
Zoomer
a good
boom
picture.
zoomies.
I clicked on the wrong thing. My cat is snoring.
Brown?
Did you just say brown? Brown?
Brown, 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 brown,
Cannot have
brown.
this audio in the fuck.
10 minutes of us saying brown. That'll be our sub sound. Brown.
Go. There's the
Una's
mask.
anus.
That's not real. That's
It
It
fake.
is. I literally took a picture.
That's not real. She looked that up
You
on the
always-
internet.
No.
She googled it at
My mom literally made
funnymask.com.
it.
Fake Unis honest merch.
Whoa, you can't do that. Mark's gonna
I literally
sue you,
caught
dude.
their hoodie.
Mark's
True.
gonna sue you. Holy shit.
No.
We all know Markiplier, notorious gangster. He's going to sue you.
Notorious gangster Markiplier.
God.
Oh, frick.
Anyway,
Time Pog victorious. Pog Lord
Victorious.
victorious.
I was really hoping we were gonna make a Doctor Who reference in the first episode, but here we are.
Yeah. That's your Doctor Who reference.
Yeah, for the
Moving
day.
on.
We're moved
Yeah.
on.
You get one.
You get exactly
get
one.
one.
If we do any more, we get striked by BBC themselves.
All right, let's do a video game.
Big black cock.
Let's try
No,
that.
we
Let's
cannot.
focus here. Let's focus. Video
Okay.
games. Topic. Video games.
All right, video
We
games.
Video games are very fun and I enjoy them. Yay.
Yeah,
We're not writing a thesis.
Yeah. No, any games have we recently played that we really enjoyed that we thought would be not good?
Minecraft.
That doesn't count.
Cat, we're gonna slaughter you.
That was previously established. We're talking about new stuff. Anyway, go on. Hans.
Honestly, what can I talk about that I haven't talked about already? In our scrapped episodes.
Episodes, yeah. Okay.
I tried I haven't
uh,
touched Among Us in since I got it. I haven't touched it.
Yeah, let's be blunt. I feel like Among Us was one of those fad games, and then people actually started playing it, and they were like, "This ain't that fun."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean it's just murder. It's just 2D murder.
Yeah, it's G. You
Yeah.
said it before. It's Gmod murder, but 2D
It's a nice concept, yeah,
and
but
spacemen. Yeah.
Let's see what I got on my desktop.
Someone told me that it's the unofficial The Thing video game, and I'm like, yeah, but there was already a Thing video game, and it was done better, arguably.
Oh yeah, it's not so recent now anymore, but I recently finished Portal 2, and honestly, it still holds up better than most
Yeah.
modern games.
Well, it's Valve. When Valve made games, they actually made good shit.
Yeah,
You know, I
it
could
was
speedrun
great.
Half-Life all the live long day, but at the end of the day, it's still a good fucking game narratively if to play. You know, just casually.
I started up Life is Strange again, but like
good shit.
I don't like playing Lesbian Simulator.
What?
You wouldn't get a cat.
honestly, I tried to get back into it, but I guess I've just grown as my tastes have grown different over the years.
Why did you
And
like it
Yeah.
originally?
It's not as interesting as it was before. Maybe because I'm playing stuff that I've already played through, but
Right.
Yeah.
it just doesn't feel the same.
I still need to play Life is Strange too. I have it. I'm just like too much of a pussy to play it because you know I'm gonna get into it and then my emotions are gonna get hurt and that's what I'm afraid of because I know my emotions are gonna get hurt.
Okay. I mean, yeah. I feel like it's just Jade Simulator, is it not?
Magical Jade.
More or less.
On the
Um,
topic of something not feeling the same, I guess I could do my input. Back in the day, I purchased for the first time Alan Wake, and my God, in terms of narrative, that story is brilliant. I still love it to this day, and I'll go back to play Alan Wake for the story tons of times. But what I will say is the gameplay, at least a little bit in my opinion, I think, has aged terribly because it feels so much like an Xbox 360 game or just a game from that era of video gaming. Like it's very, I'm not gonna say clunky, but I think the proper word is like chunky. It just feels very of the era. It feels aged. It does not feel good to play in certain ways. Like my main concern with it was the camera. Constantly, I would be trying to angle the camera, like to not get hit by I forget what they're called, just the infected by the book light, whatever darkness. The darkness infused people, like you would try to avoid them, but the camera would like not allow you to turn around proper, and it would just get in the way, and it was very choppy. And sure enough, all of a sudden you're dead, and you feel like crap because legitimately you felt like you were playing fine and then you get your ass kicked on like normal, and it's like, well, that wasn't fun.
Hmm.
Speaking of camera mechanics in the game, the Avengers game, playing as Hulk, it's just not good. It's not good to play as Hulk because you know how Hulk should play. You should feel like
A big hulking
getting
beast, yeah.
yeah,
One
you should
second.
feel like getting hit shouldn't be that big of a consequence. But even when the enemies are like 1/4 your fucking size, especially when they're 1/4 your size, because you can't fucking see them when you're facing them. You have to turn the camera, and dodging shouldn't be mandatory as Hulk to survive. I know doing that would be hard, sort of break the game, being like this unstoppable beast, but still,
I think it
it
really depends on how you execute things in
there's
terms of games and like how
yeah,
things play.
there's compromises that you can make, but dodging just shouldn't be the Hulk's forte. He plays like every other character in terms
Yeah,
of
kind of agreeing with that on the same way. I'm not sure if you played that Terminator game, but there's like a DLC where you can play as a Terminator. And I feel like that game did it really well because you can get damaged at the Terminator, but you're not like dying. You're just getting like damage to your parts. I feel like
uh,
Hulk should be the same way. He could be weakened, but he's not gonna die from being or he's not gonna die from being hit like one time, and he's not going to have to like dodge it like he's Black Widow. He should be able to
mhm,
take a few hits before like I don't know, like Hulk is run out of energy. You gotta protect him or something like that. Like I'm not trying to make it like Resident Evil 4 Ashley like escort
yeah.
mission kind of level, but at least like make him get knocked down. You know how in like Fallout where like when your companions get like pass out? Do
Mhm.
that with Hulk. Make him like get exhausted so he has to take a breather. Something like that. Don't make it so it's like Hulk jump out of the way. When has Hulk jumped out of a way from an incoming whatever? Unless it's like a nuclear missile.
Well, yeah. um, games. Honestly, I don't have too much on my disc right now. It's more so, it's more so games that I just revisit over time.
Right.
Really, the new stuff I've played, I've just gotten recently and played once and haven't really touched because I've been wanting to revisit all these games like Team Fortress 2, um, Enter the Gungeon, Payday 2, Terraria,
Yeah.
and it's somewhat refreshing, I guess, because really, when you start playing all these games that are super good, you start to get used to that, and then you forget like some of the games that are bad, but you like the way that they're bad.
Yeah. Like it feels right.
Yeah, you can have like a bad game, but have it be fun.
Hmm.
Like one of the examples I have for that is kind of like I don't know if you've played Prototype 2.
Yes.
I haven't played Prototype 1, but I've played Prototype 2, and it just feels funny to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just funny. Yeah. Funny hoodie black man jumping through the sky.
Yeah, okay.
I, uh, with a razor arm,
Super black man flying through the sky.
and it's just the blend between combat of you're this you're this nigh unstoppable mutant being,
Right.
but you also sometimes have to like stealth around, just because the fact of like if you get caught, you can't do the thing that you're there to do.
Hmm.
I think a lot of games sometimes forget that you can have a balance between the two. That's why I like stuff like Metal Gear is interesting, because sometimes you're needing to sneak around in Phantom Pain, sometimes you're needing to go loud in Phantom Pain.
It all depends on a person's play style.
Yeah, that too. That too. It's like the language of games and how, depending on the way you act in real life, certain games draw you in. So
Hmm.
if you want to feel sneaky and you like feeling sneaky, you can play a sneaky game. You can be sneaky in Elder Scrolls if you want, even though you don't have to. You can be sneaky in Deus Ex if you want to, but you don't have to.
Right.
Whereas games like Enter the Gungeon, you can't really do that. It's just
Yeah,
shoot.
it's one type of gameplay.
The malleable games is what I meant. Like
Yes,
like
yes.
a game that is bad but feels good to play. Prime
Yeah.
example, Skyrim.
Yeah, I was gonna say, any game by Bethesda, I feel.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is a bad game that feels good to play. Even though whenever I try to go back to it, I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, someone perfectly summed it up the other day. I was in a forum board and I saw it, but someone summed it up perfectly by saying, Bethesda's the company that says, "Here's our game, now you fix it for us."
Yeah, true. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. I
That's
recently got
accurate.
into Skyrim, Elder Scrolls, on VR. I got it because it was on sale a while ago, and I kind of like it. I mean, then again, this is my first Skyrim game, but it's nice. I kind of like it. I like how there's a story, and I'm a sucker for story games.
I was gonna say I grew up with Morrowind, never played Oblivion, and then tried Skyrim when it came out, and I remember going, "Yeah, this is by the same developer."
Yeah. Um, and I hope this isn't too far off topic or too much of a change that's jarring, but I feel like the very concept of a Doctor Who game would be very interesting, and I'm just flabbergasted at how little examples there are of a
I mean,
Doctor Who game.
there are many
I mean,
examples. It just that most of them happen in the classic era, so they're all kind of eh.
of
And then the
course
ones
there's
that
the
happen in the
VR
modern
one.
era were just weird too.
Of course there's the VR one, but I don't have VR, so I can't really
Well, there was
experience that.
there was like 4 to 5 during Matt Smith's early tenure, like series 5 and 6, but they were like
Really?
they were for like the DS and like
Oh,
the Wii, and they just weren't good games.
yeah, no, I
What
just like
shocks me the most is, did you know 10 only got one game, and it was Top Trumps, a card trading game?
what?
Yeah, it was. I think it was on the Wii. Don't correct me if I'm wrong, though. I don't know. Um, but yes, it had to do with like real. So okay, imagine Pokemon. It was kind of like that, but instead of like the creatures, it was the cards in game and outside of the game, because there were actual cards, but there were cards in this game, and the whole topic of Top Trumps is actually like a British game. It's like, do you have a creature that can top my creature? But instead of just being creatures, it was Doctor Who fit characters. So it's like, does your Sontaran kill my Slitheen kind of thing? I don't know.
So it's like the UK version of War,
I,
you
I, I
know.
guess, yeah, essentially that's what they made it to be. But they made a game about it with Tennant and Martha, or Ten and Martha, I should say. And it seemed like such a waste, because for the most, like, I guess you could say, infamous Doctor of the new
Yeah.
tenure, you did what with him, and then you waited till Smith to do everything else. And looking back on those games, I'm gonna say it, they weren't great. I mean, the story
What
games looked interesting because they actually got the actors to mocap them and everything on the real set and such. But looking back at them, they just haven't aged well. They're just kind of gross looking.
what studios even made them? Like what
Oh, I'm sure they're out of business now.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I just want a like
I mean, I could look them up. Hold on, I could.
I don't know if this would be a good choice, but CD Projekt Red, come on. You need something good now that Cyberpunk is out. You need it.
I kind of
Don't
want the people
lie.
who did the Terminator game to do Doctor Who, though. If you want my opinion, because legitimately those guys understood like Terminator so well, and so it's
Yeah.
like, well, if you research your IP, then I feel like you could pull shit off really well. Okay, here we go. Legacy Games, BBC Wales Interactive.
And on yeah, I have no fucking clue.
What else have they made? Uh,
Continue.
oh no,
Oh,
oh
what?
no. Pet Emergency 2, 2003.
Oh God.
Zoo Vet 2004. Pet
Bruh.
Pals Animal Doctor 2006.
Why?
Oh, wait. But they're doing what?
Hmm?
What?
Oh, okay, that was completely unrelated. I got excited there for a minute. I thought this was saying that they were doing the new No. Okay, I misread it. I thought that this said that they were doing the new Harry Potter game. That's what it looked like, but they're not. They're
Yeah.
not. Oh.
Honestly, I'm coming up with really good ideas right about now. For like, it doesn't even have to be about the Doctor. It can just be some. You can just be some random Time Lord or something, and you can just like go
This is,
through the main story or something, and like instead of dying being a mechanic, you just outright get 12 lives,
hmm.
and every time you quote unquote die, you regenerate.
Sorry, I'm just having a time with this. You know when you go to Walmart and you go to the PC game section, you see all those like really shitty like pyramid puzzle games in the corner for like grandmas?
I don't go to
Yeah,
Walmart.
yeah, I know that. Yeah.
That's what they make. They make those games.
Oh boy,
And their one breakout was the Doctor Who adventure games.
Damn.
Jesus. Uh, Continuing my point, was you just get the 12 regenerations, and then after those 12, you just it ends. Like
Hmm.
it ends. You have to start all over again, and that would be annoying, sure, but again, it adds challenge to like the concept of a Time Lord, which is basically like, oh, you have all this knowledge at your disposal and whatnot, and you could basically build anything with your bare fucking hands
Right.
and the tools inside of your fucking TARDIS or whatever.
Yeah.
So it would be a good balance. And sure, you
I
could.
think the what do you call it? The freaking Oh, I've just lost it. No, yes, the Fallout New Vegas mod did that perfectly.
Yeah, and you could just choose. Sure, you could just do whatever and fucking blast away, but
Yeah.
like there should be branching paths for like. Do you
Something.
decide? Do you decide to take a more pacifist route on this one or not?
Right.
And sure, that would take a lot of work, but
You can work for it.
again, yeah,
If you want to
it,
do something right, you'll do it properly, I think.
it would be quality. It would be quality, and that's what Doctor Who games needs is a quality game.
We haven't had a quality game since the one on like what was the Super Nintendo?
But yeah,
Yeah, I mean honestly, I think there are a lot of IPs that could do with like a really good game. Like imagine a Jurassic Park first person shooter.
that would be interesting.
I
That
think
does sound interesting.
it would really be interesting.
Haven't
Just
they? Haven't I? I don't know if I'm like just thinking of the Buzz Lightyear ride, but haven't they done one before? Like that's just you on rails at like this one amusement park resort
the
where
only
you're like,
Jurassic Park ride that I know of was the actual ones through Universal where you're on the cart and you kind of experience it from like being a guest on the ride.
oh, the
It wasn't you didn't shoot anything or interact with anything. It was just an online experience of like, hey, well, I mean, quite literally, you get because I've been on the ride before they remodeled it to the new Jurassic World one. Because so I can't speak for the Jurassic World one now that they have, but the original ride was literally like you get on a boat, like an actual like river cruiser, and you're going through like Jurassic Park as it would be like in the first movie, although
Mhm.
it's like water based. So
Oh,
at the beginning, you go through like the gates, and there's the announcer like, "Welcome to Jurassic Come," and then you go through and then you see all these dinosaurs or animatronics, but they're coming out of the water. They're looking at you like, "Bro, what's up, bro? We're dinosaurs," and you go through it, and then slowly things start happening. Like you hear like alarms, and you hear like things going off, and people are going like, "Oh no, the Velociraptor's out of containment," kind of stuff. And then things start getting more and more progressively worse and worse until like I think at one
SCP
point.
Among Us has escaped
Oh
containment.
God, no. No, but well, there was. I think they retired it because it like stopped working. But at one point, so you know how in the first Jurassic Park movie there was those Ford Explorers that the T-Rex destroyed?
Yeah.
They actually had one on the ride that would like flip off the wall and slide down right next to your boat, almost hitting it.
Oh.
Wow.
I think they retired it after a while because it was like legitimately like really close to your boat, and I think like the part broke down to the point it might have been actually dangerous.
Damn, that sounds cool though.
No, it was. You should look up videos of it. It was actually impressive. Like, like the horn would honk as it was doing it. It was like really cool because then they'd be like, "Oh God, we hear the T-Rex," and then you would like go up this thing, be chased by Velociraptors, and eventually like confront an animatronic T-Rex face to face. It was a really cool ride. Uh, but then you got soaking wet at the end of it too because they just cover you in water. You know. Uh,
Epic.
but no, for what it was, I really enjoyed it. And I guess that's the only ride I could think of that's relatively to what you were saying, like an on rails thing, because you were on a set path. You weren't exactly like changing it, but there wasn't shooting or anything. You were just like, you were just experience water Jurassic Park in a boat, the way Alan Grant and Dr. Malcolm do in the first movie, but as a car or in a car.
Yeah.
That's essentially what it was.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, have you seen the Sesame Street sketch Jurassic Cookie?
I have not.
Excuse me?
I thought you were gonna say Jurassic shit in the dark, and I was gonna be very disappointed.
Oh boy, it's very interesting.
No,
It
no.
actually made me like physically pog in real life
Oh, I thought you were gonna say physically cringe in real life. I'll be like, oh.
due to how like it was just it was ridiculous, but also it did a lot of nods to the film,
Mm.
which was surprising for a show like Sesame Street where it's all about teaching and
We're like
whatnot.
Sesame Feet, am I right?
And I'm like,
Uh,
what 3-year-old kid is gonna get the reference Jurassic Cookie?
I don't know. They did a Twilight Zone reference too at one point, and it's like, there's no way.
I think that's for the adults watching.
Yeah, I was gonna
You know
say.
how, like there's a
Yeah.
bunch of dirty jokes and like and kid shows and stuff like that. It's like you go back looking on it and you're just like, whoa, how did I never notice that? It's because it's for the adults watching it.
Yeah, because we were talking about Doctor Who. I'm just gonna bring that up real quick. Going back to the Revive series, there's so many like homosexual gay jokes, and not like as in like, hey, you're gay, but like legitimately like, yeah, my husband. Like there's so much of that you never pick up as a kid, but then you have to
Yeah.
remember that Russell T Davies, the show writer at the time, was actually like homosexual, and so there's so much of that shit just crammed into the show you never realize.
Wait, at the time he's not homosexual anymore? What?
No, I meant like even then he was back in
Go
2005.
back. I
yeah.
don't want to be gay.
Back.
Oh God.
Sorry to go back to this, but Jurassic Cookie, it's like
You
really
linked in
fucking
the chat. Yeah, I can see it.
yeah, it's really morbid at the end because the dinosaur chasing them just wanted a hug. So Cookie Monster gives him a hug. Then he smells the
Uh oh.
cookie and
Uh
he's like,
oh.
"Wait a minute, this is a cookie." And then he
Oh
just fucking
no.
chases after it, trying to fucking eat it.
Oh
Oh, I thought you were
no.
implying that he was just gonna shove his head in his mouth and just eat him
He,
there on the spot.
implying that he's going to devour this living creature.
Vor is not a term we were going to be using when we're talking about eating. We're not going to be saying voring anytime soon.
I was drinking water when you said that, you asshole.
Oh. Hey, Jay, do you like voring that water? That water tastes good when you vor it, dude? Holy shit. No? Why? Dude, don't you love when you
Please.
vor a hot, tasty beverage?
It's okay. This is when.
Yeah, now we can't walk away from it now. Yeah. Oh,
All right,
can I hit you with a really, really, really side thing? Because I meant to mention it earlier, but I didn't.
go ahead.
I found the weirdest Twitter trend thing, and I enjoy it so much. There's an account that posts what do you call it? Like retired McDonald's like locations, or just like weird freaky ones. So you'd get like the one in New Zealand that was like an airplane. And like I don't even eat McDonald's. I just thought it was the weird like I'm just trying to basically show like what you can find on the internet and how ridiculous it is. But I remember being like, "Wow, dude, this is stupid. I love it." Because it's quite literally this account that's like, have you ever heard of the Brisbane location or something like that? And then they like go over retired locations, they go over in-service locations. And I ended up just wasting like I think a good hour just scroll, or maybe not an hour, maybe like 30 minutes, but scrolling through this account of just retired or in-service weird wacky McDonald's. And I had to sit there and go, wow, this is really where I've been in quarantine. This is how bad it's gotten.
It do be that way.
Anyway, I didn't mean to sidetrack. I just wanted to bring that up because that's one of the most funny shit that I've like dealt with.
Can I tell the 50 stories I thought of when you guys were talking and I didn't
Oh
want to
yeah, I
interrupt?
forgot. We totally forgot you existed. Oh well.
Yeah, because you're so
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna build off really old topics now.
This is the Wildcat section of the podcast.
Yeah, we're all gonna mute and just let her talk.
Welcome
Hold
to
on.
Cat's Corner.
Hold on,
This
we're
is
all gonna
Cat's Corner.
mute. She
Hello,
can talk.
everybody. Oh, oh my god, they all muted. Welcome to Cat's Corner. Anyways, speaking of rides, a long time ago, me and my sister, we were like really young at this time, like, even though I don't even want to put an age. We were just young. And we went to Disneyland, and it was really cool. You know, Disneyland's cool. And I forgot what happened, but I remember my sister was like really grumpy. She was like in her stroller. She wasn't like a baby, but like she was being a grumpy toddler, I guess. I don't know what the right term is. But for some reason, I think she was grumpy because she didn't want to put on like a jacket or something. I don't know. I remember because there was a picture. My mom has a picture. And it's my mom and my dad, and it's me and my sister being grumpy in a stroller with a beautiful picture of us and then the Disneyland castle in the background. It was really nice. But I remember that picture because before we took that picture, we went on this like ride, this little dark ride. And I forgot what it's called. I have no idea if it's still there or not. But basically you go in this little cart and it's like a little haunted house, I guess. I don't know. Because it was funny because we went on this ride and me and my sister, we both have glasses. And I guess inside the ride, it was a dark ride. And I guess there was a lot just like fog or smoke, and it just fogged up me and my sister's glasses. So we had no idea what was happening the entire time. We were just going around and we were holding on. We just heard noises and stuff, but we couldn't see. So we were just being whipped around, just like, okay, this is an interesting ride that I cannot see. So we got off, and my sister was just like, that sucked. I was just like, that sucked, yeah. Because we literally couldn't see the ride. It was just foggy. It was funny though. I can also tell a story about, because I've been to Disneyland. A long time ago, when like Radiator Spring Land opened, I don't know what Cars Land, I don't know what the frick it's called. When that first opened and like the new Cars ride came out, where you can race other people, my family went, and the line was extremely long, like really long, and you were standing out in like the sun, and it was quite hot. And I don't know about you, I'm known for passing out. I have a bad reputation for passing out at this point. Like, it's honestly not a coincidence. It's terrible. And that's a good topic I could do. I just tell all the times I've passed out. I won't do that unless you want me to. But this was one of those times. We were standing out and we were just like, I think we were like a little less than halfway there in the line. We were just like, oh, it's right there. And we just kept watching people like go around in it. And I was like, I really wanted to go on, but I was like, Mom, I'm getting kind of hot. Do you have any water? And like, I was trying to cool off and whatnot. I don't know what else happened after that. I just remember my mom, like, she was like holding me because I was like getting tired of standing. Well, not like holding me like baby, like, but just like kind of side hug, kind of just like a side hug, kind of like, hey, we're just hanging there. But no, eventually I kind of like, I don't know what it's called. According to my mother, I just kind of like started like getting like really limp, and she's like, "Oh my god!" So she like just dragged me and my mom and my family out of the line, just like, okay, we have to not die. So we got into the shade of like this other ride. I don't even know what it was. And an employee saw us and she's like, "Oh, what happened? Are you okay?" And that's when I woke up. I was like, "Wait, what happened?" And she's like, "You good?" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, kind of." And so she gave us a fast pass because apparently I like fainted and like I don't know, she was nice. And so she gave us a fast pass. So we got food, like came back later when it was kind of darkish, like evening. So they had the lights on for the ride, and I was like, "Oh my god, we have to go on it right now." So we used the fast pass and we went on, and it was really cool.
Fog.
It's a good ride. I really like it.
All right, I guess we can conclude it here then because we are running up on 57 minutes.
Yeah, and the longer it gets, the more it's gonna make my PC go, woo.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this concludes the first episode of the 21 podcast.
I like the long pause.
I was expecting the soundboard, but whatever.
Yeah, Jade's dead.
All right,
Come
well, this
on.
concludes the last and only episode of the 21 podcast. We're never doing this again. We're suing for damages to that black kid who said it first because we want the trademark. Wherever you are out there, we're gonna find you.
We're gonna find you.
And
You're
we're gonna
21.
find you and we're gonna take you on a podcast.
You're gonna say I'm not when we're trying to recruit you, and you're not gonna get away from it. So.
And this is all of us signing off. Da, da, da.
You owe me $5. So how about
It's
that
some-
weather?
Fuck off.